Welcome to Check Out MPL. This is Ashlee
and Jayme.
We are back with kind of an update and a look into what Jayme and I read in 2020 and to talk about a fun program gathering of sorts that we are doing for next year.
Yeah, we're already looking forward to, we have been looking forward to 2021 for some time now.
I think everybody has since March. We know things aren't going to change exactly come January 1st, but hopefully things are looking up, and by this time next year, it'll be different.
Yes.
Cross our fingers.
Right.
But we wanted to give a little update. So right now we're back to curbside, just because of everything that's going on, and that was the best choice to do. But we have, for averaging maybe 25 to 30 each day.
Yeah, I was going to say we've been doing quite a few curbside pickups, and people have been using the book lockers.
Book lockers, yep. And we're still doing virtual programs, of course. And, oh my gosh, just lost my thought.
Computer appointments.
Yep. And staff are having fun, too. We're having dress-up days for Christmas. Jayme kind of created a calendar for us.
I love doing dress-up days.
She's making me get into the holiday spirit.
Yeah, I think I maybe even heard her like humming a Christmas song or something.
No, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But we're having fun with that, and we're taking pictures of all that, so we'll be sharing that probably next week, because next week is Christmas already.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So we are going to be closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
So next Thursday and Friday. Yep. And then the following week, Thursday and Friday, for New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day.
Yeah. So a couple short weeks for us. Stock up on your reading materials.
Yes, please do.
Or come to the library or use
Check out books.
Use Hoopla too.
Yes. I'm very excited that it is almost January, because I am very close to using all my Hoopla checkouts for the month.
Yeah, you max those out a little bit more than I do. I think.
Especially the audiobooks and running. I found a good series that I like to read when I run, and it goes quickly.
Yeah, cool. So today we are going to talk about some of the things we've been reading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are going to go through our Goodreads account. Both Jayme and I keep track of what we read on Goodreads, and the library just created our own Goodreads account too. Ashlee, who we hired a few months ago, is kind of in charge of it. And staff have been putting on reviews of books that we've been reading. And we ask if you want to submit your own reviews as well, that we can add it on there, so you can see what we've been reading.
Yeah, I was looking at it the other day, and it was because I'd been sending reviews to her, but I hadn't really looked at it from the what other people would see version. Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be kind of fun if Jayme and I went through our own. So I'm going to start. So the first book that I read in 2020 was Frankly in Love by David Yoon. It is a young adult, of course, romance.
Sounds mushy.
I believe it was, maybe. So the problem with me, I read a book and then I almost promptly forget about it. Like today, Jayme saw my frustration when I was very excited that a book came in delivery. And then I went on my Goodreads and I saw that I had read it already.
Yeah, I think that happens to more than just you. It happens to me a lot, and I think other people too.
Yeah. But I did give that one a 5-star, so I must have liked it.
And that was the first one you read?
In 2020, yep.
Okay. But it wasn't the one that you found in the book bin today.
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I think I don't know if I had read that one
I was
going
to say, that's a weird coincidence.
No, I didn't read that one this year.
Okay. Well, my first read this year was actually a recommendation from you. It was Denton Little's Death Date.
I love that book.
Yeah. I'm surprised it says that it's rated 3.8, which isn't bad, but I usually try to stick to the ones that are 4s and above.
Yes, I do let that kind of influence what I read.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should do that.
It's nearly 4 though, but I really like that one.
What did you give it?
For some reason I can't see what my stars on this piece of paper that I have, but I'm pretty sure I probably gave it a 4.
I remember laughing out loud when I read that one, and that was one where his skin starts turning purple.
Yes.
And in that one, they know the day that they're gonna die.
Yeah.
But
Denton
doesn't.
He doesn't.
Yes.
So he's kind of like an anomaly.
Yeah. All right. So I thought we'd go over some of our other 5 stars. So I have a few right in a row. I have House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. One of my favorite authors. I know Angie here has read that book as well. She's coming out with a book in February, and I'm so excited for that.
She writes quite a few. It seems like she has a new one coming out every once in a while, like more than a couple a year.
I wish she came out with more.
Yeah, usually that's how it goes when you find an author that you really like.
It's just so hard to wait a year. It's so hard.
I had a 5-star. I marked my 5 stars, so I guess that one must not have been. Denton was probably a 4 for me. But I read this. It was a juvenile fiction called The Bridge Home, and I'm kind of surprised I picked it because sometimes I don't know why, but hesitate to choose books that like take place in a different country. I don't know why. But this one actually took place in India, and I loved it. It was about these 2 little girls that run away from home, and then they meet up with these 2 like orphan boys, and just like them surviving on the streets. It was so good.
Was it?
Yeah, I loved it. That one has like an over a 4 rating overall, but I gave that one a 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have on here, which you probably have too, Be Not Far From Me by Mindy McGinnis.
Yes.
Both Jamie and I really love that author. She's a young adult, and Be Not Far From Me was a survivalist one, correct?
Yes.
She's the one that
she's
got
lost in the woods. Yeah.
Yeah, there is some gory, gruesome parts, but it just follows her, this one main character, and like her thought process and everything, and it was so good.
Yeah. I really love that one too. That one was a 5-star for me for sure. You should tell them how many you read this year.
Oh, I had 57.
Yeah, I had 27. So Ashlee's like way beating me, but I feel like I don't keep track quite as good as I should.
I feel like there are some that I haven't put on there. Like when I went through my intense phase a few months ago, I was just reading, and there were some that I just didn't add on. I know.
Do you ever like know you forget to add one and then see it later and you add it because you're like, oh, I know I read that one, even though it's not when you read it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to get it on my list. I don't care like the date when I read. Like today, I added like 9 books.
Yeah, that you knew you read, but you didn't do it like this year, maybe even. Yeah. I do that too.
I have a 3-star one, so it's very rarely that I put a 3-star rating on a book. I usually try to obviously find books that I know I'm going to like. But I read this book because it was a 3rd in a series, and I really, really loved the first 2. I actually reread. I'm not one to read books a lot.
Yeah.
But I reread the 1st and 2nd in the series because I could not remember anything that happened in it. And I knew I wanted to read the 3rd one. So I loved the first 2. And it was
I'm so curious now.
Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson.
Oh, yeah.
So I loved the first one. The second one was good. But then I read the 3rd one, and it just seemed, I don't know. I gave it a 3-star. I gave the other 2 5 stars.
That's so weird. And this was a reread, or you don't remember?
The first 2 were a reread. The 3rd was new. Because I remember when the 3rd one came out, I was so frustrated because I couldn't remember anything about the 2 other ones because it was a year in between publications. So I just started it, and I was so frustrated and stopped. But I wanted to revisit that world, and I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, it's kind of funny too how I don't know, I wonder if your tastes have even changed, because sometimes I look at my Goodreads at stuff like I rated highly, you know, when I opened this like however many years ago, and I just think, oh, if I read that now, I would not even probably like that book. Yeah,
I do see myself shifting away from young adult books into more adult ones. I mean, I am 34, so I am an adult, but I just feel like I need, young adult books are amazing, but I just feel like I need more lately.
Yeah.
And I'm reading more adult ones now.
Yeah, I know sometimes with the kid ones that I read, I still read the juvenile, but they're almost like too happy. Right. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, life is not like this.
Right. Maybe this is 2020 that are making us. I don't know.
We're all cynical now.
Right.
That's so funny. I used to really like more of the dystopian stuff too, and that was really big, you know, like with the Hunger Games and
Divergent.
Yeah, and now I feel like I'm not even really that interested in that genre, which is weird because that's all I read for a while.
Maybe you're just overread it. And
maybe
over it.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do I have?
What's your lowest rated book that you read
ever?
Well, you could do this year or however you can filter it easily.
Well, I think it was that Fate of the Tearling, that 3rd one. And it looks like I gave Just a Boy and a Girl in a Little Canoe.
Huh.
Must have been, it's a young adult romance. I gave it 3 stars. I don't remember why.
Yeah, for some reason, I started reading, graphic novels this summer mainly, and a lot of them I really liked, but I read this one, we have it here, Teen Titans Raven.
Yep.
But I think it was maybe I just didn't know enough background about Raven, because now that I know more background about her, thanks to my 4-year-old niece, it makes like more sense. But when I read it, I was just kind of like, I gave that one a 3. That was my only 3.
Yeah, I don't think I have, because I feel like if a book is going to get a 2-star review for me, I'm not going to finish it, and I'm not going to want to claim that I read it.
I know. I don't even put do not finish books on here. Do you?
Yeah. No, because I only put finished books on here.
Yeah, me too.
And I know there's tons of books out there that I got like a quarter way through and I just wasn't feeling it, so I put it aside. Yeah. And that's what happens too. Like I go back to the book then, so this sounds really good, and then I start reading it like, oh, this sounds really familiar. And that gets frustrating too.
Yeah. You have any other 5 stars that you really like?
Yeah, let's see. Jennifer Armentrout. I read a lot of her this year. She's more adult fantasy. Hers kind of go in between teen and young adult, but it's kind of the high teen.
Are hers the ones with the red London?
No.
Okay.
So that's another one I want to talk about too.
That.
But yeah, so Storm and Fury and Rage and Ruin. I actually listened to the audio that I got from Hoopla. And the third one is coming out March, I believe, and the second one left on an amazing cliffhanger, and I'm so excited to read that one.
Is this one that Angie reads too?
No, she hasn't read this one.
Okay.
There's like fallen angels in it, and it's more fantasy, so I really, really liked that one.
I always love it when Angie and Ashlee talk about their books, because I feel like you guys don't even talk in complete sentences hardly, because you just like know it. It's like a different language.
Yeah.
It's in code or something.
Her and I just read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and Angie's like, you have to read this book and finish it so we can talk about it. We just love, like, we encourage each other to finish the book so we can talk about it.
Yeah, I love that.
We're waiting for Ashlee now to finish that one so all 3 of us can talk about it then. So.
I feel so out of the loop.
Well, you can read
I
it.
do not like some of the ones you guys like.
I don't think
funny.
You would like that
one.
Do you have another 5-star?
Yeah, one I just finished. It was this one's a juvenile fiction too. I think it's juvenile versus young adult. Echo Mountain, and it took place during. See, I'm branching out here. Depression era, which normally I don't like historical fiction, but it was really good about a family that had to move to this mountain to live because they had to sell their stuff. And dad gets hit on the head with from a falling tree and goes into a coma. And I don't know. I think it's just like the adventure of it. She meets this old hag that lives on the mountainside, and it was really good to me.
You like those adventure ones.
Yeah, I do. I really like the ones where out in the woods.
Yep. Let's see. I read a lot of books. I'm sure I mentioned this several times that I saw on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
So, like The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. That's an adult romance. I gave that one 5 stars. I really liked that one. Colleen Hoover, she's all over TikTok. Heartbones, I read. I give that one a 4. I don't know why, but I vaguely remember that one.
When you see them on TikTok, are there people actually giving them, like, reviews?
Yeah.
Why do I never see that on TikTok?
You haven't got onto Book Talk yet?
No, I need to.
Yeah. You will see a lot of the same books talked about on Book Talk too.
I guess that's an indication though that maybe they're good if people are doing it.
But then you see it's funny, like you see TikToks of people complaining about seeing the same 5 books. I love TikTok. Okay. Let's see. Let's get a little bit closer to the end of the year here.
I really love the one that I'm reading right now.
Yeah.
Like, I can already tell it's going to be 5 stars unless it ends really bad. But I think this is a first novel. The guy's name's James Bird.
Okay.
And it's called The Brave. It was the one I was telling you about where the kid has to say the number of letters that someone just spoke to him before he responds. Oh. Like, he has this, like, mental cloud that he can't say anything until he says this number. And it's just so good. That's awesome. Yeah. I think you might like that one.
Yeah.
That's young adult, I think.
Okay.
Actually, no.
Is it juvenile?
Yeah.
I could try it.
Yeah, you should maybe.
Let's see. I read so V.E. Schwab. She's the one that wrote.
That's the one.
Yeah, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It's her newest one, and that one it's good. I don't know if it lived up to the hype that I saw that on TikTok. But I love her other series that starts with A Darker Shade of Magic. and then A Gathering of Shadows and A Conjuring of Light. I give them all 5 stars. It's a fantasy kind of adventure. There's 4 different Londons, and there's a person who can jump in between the different Londons. And I loved it.
That was adult or young adult?
So I kind of see it on both. I see it shelved in young adult, and I see it shelved in adult. I would say it's more adult.
Yeah. When you like describe it, I feel like I might like that one.
I think you would. I think you should give it a try.
Yeah.
I think Angie is reading it as well. But I loved that. I love that series. I think, yeah. I want to get a tattoo kind of based off of the cover art of it too. And if you can see the cover, look it up. I want to get that with Melton Streets.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued now.
Yeah, you have to take a look at it. One really good book that I read, Red, White, and Royal Blue by Cassie Quitston. It's adult romance between the first son and a prince.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was very good. That one had a lot of hype on TikTok too, and I was like, oh, that looks really interesting. So,
interesting. I just thought of another one that I gave 5 stars to. Even though it is an older book, I think it's like 10 years old. I Am the Messenger. You gave me that recommendation, didn't you? Or was that Jill?
Well,
maybe my sister
I haven't read that one, but he wrote
The Book Thief.
Yes, The Book Thief, which is, have you read that one?
No, I haven't read that one, but I think I'm surprised I haven't, because
Everyone
really
needs to read that one. I think that one, and be prepared to cry.
Yeah,
with that one.
Maybe that's why I've tried to avoid that one. I'm trying to avoid crying movies and crying books.
Well, I love a good book that makes you cry.
So does
Jill.
It. My sister loves crying
like when
books.
your stomach drops.
Oh,
and
no.
you just cry. And yes.
I don't like being sad.
I love that.
But that one was really good. It was about this guy, Ed. He's just like 20 something. His life is just kind of like whatever, mundane. And he starts getting these playing cards, aces, with like he has to give messages to people, like strangers. And it is just so, I don't know, I just loved it. I like how Zuzak writes, and I just like the story of it. And so, yeah.
Yeah, you have to do and the movie, The Book Thief, is really good.
Yeah,
too.
I haven't seen that either. I wonder if he has any others.
I believe he has a couple others.
Huh, okay.
So this is, I read Furyborn and then Kingsbane by Claire the Grand. So that one is another, it could be young adult, it could be adult. It's a fantasy series. That's another one I'm really struggling with. I read the first 2, and I want to say I kind of hate read it because I gave it looks like I gave Kingsbane a 3-star rating.
But you're still like trying to get through it.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to read the 3rd one because I want to know what happens. But
yeah.
I might hate read it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm struggling with it. Like, I put all this time and effort into it. I don't know.
I know, that's hard. That's hard. Sometimes I do finish books even though I'm just kind of like, this isn't so great. Just because you kind of want to know what happens.
Yeah, like you're invested in the characters and like some of the I don't know.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I don't even think we had any overlaps. I mean, is there anything that we both read?
Well, except for the Minnie McGinnis one.
Oh, yeah. We did do that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of an overview. Mine were a lot of young adults, and I went to fantasy and then adult romances. A little bit of everything.
So if you guys have recommendations for us based on what you've heard us say today, I always love getting recommendations from people.
Yeah.
So.
Or go to our Goodreads and see what we have read if you're looking for a recommendation. We have some fiction and nonfiction on there. Ashlee puts a lot of hers that she's read on there as well. But kind of to go along with Goodreads and keeping track of what you're reading, next year we are going to be starting, I'm calling it the Well-Journaled Reading Group.
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. It took me a long time to figure out a name for it.
Yeah, we were trying to all brainstorm. Yeah. I love when we do that, though, when we have these brainstorming sessions, which we've talked about. But that's I like it.
Yeah, so what our plan is that it's going to be a way for people to meet and talk with each other and talk about books, but it's not necessarily a book club. It's more of just kind of sharing what you're reading, what you're enjoying, and then kind of keeping track of your reading. So the journal part is bullet journaling is kind of a popular thing.
Yeah.
People get their journals and they have they're called spreads of keeping track of various things throughout the year, throughout the month, whatever. With the reading journal, there's spreads where you keep track of your 5-star reads. You do the A to Z reading challenge where you read a book that has the title starts with A through, A
Right.
to Z. So you're reading the alphabet, or you're reading Oprah's book club or Reese Witherspoon's book clubs.
So it can be like different ways to list the books and keep track of books, but it can also be things about your books too, can it? Like, I know I've seen people keep track of words that they really like from like their books.
Or like quotes. That's
Yeah.
a really good spread. Yeah.
Yeah.
So staff, we've been kind of putting together different spreads that you can choose from. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. You can kind of choose what spreads you want to keep track.
It's a good thing is there's like a lot of freedom, and it's not as, I feel like there's less commitment than a book club.
Right.
You know?
So we'll have blank journals that we'll hand out for you to come pick up, and then we're hoping once a month that we'll get together, obviously first virtually and then hopefully sometime in person, where you can bring your journal, work on your journal during this meeting time, talk about what you read.
If you want to. If you want to.
Get recommendations, work on your journal, share what you read. I think just talk about books and
I love it.
Life too. I mean, let the conversation go wherever it goes.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a way for people to meet each other in the community through the library, kind of through books. And
yeah, I think it'll be cool. And the journals are really simple but cool.
Yeah.
Like they kind of remind me of Moleskine, like the look of them.
Yeah.
And they're long. Like I like how they're long. I wish we had one to show, like
long and
just,
tall.
Yeah, long and tall.
So that's what we're hoping to launch in January. So we'll have more information about that soon. But if you want to keep track of your reading kind of as a goal throughout the year or push yourself to read more or read differently, this will be a great thing hopefully for you to do.
Yeah.
And meet new people through your love of reading.
So do it.
And staff will be making their own journals too, and we'll kind of share our journals as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to participate for sure. It'll be a different way than Goodreads to keep track.
Yep. And you can get as creative as you want with your journal too. That's a really fun aspect of bullet journals too. Some people are just amazing. And then to kind of go along with that too, I talked about reading challenges.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did we talk about this already?
Nope.
No, okay.
So we have created our own 2021 reading challenge through the Melton Public Library that anybody can do. We just thought it would be kind of fun, and we wanted to make it more specific to Melton and Wisconsin. So I'll just kind of read through there's 15 challenges to do if you want to. There's no prize at the end. It's the prize of reading new books. And,
just personal pride.
Yeah, and checking out books at the library. So the first one is to read a book about the Underground Railroad. Of course, Melton has a great history with that. Read a book set in Wisconsin. Read a young adult and an adult book written by the same author. So there are some authors that kind of do crossovers. One of my goals is to increase circulation of the young adult book. So that's why I threw that one in there. Read a popular author that you've never read before. Read a cozy mystery. So I put that in there because we kind of highlight our cozy mysteries here. That's one of our popular fiction genre.
Yeah, they go out a lot. I was thinking I should try one of these. They always have cats on them too. So that makes me think, oh, maybe I should read one of these.
Yeah, there's like cats and librarians and bookstores and everything. So
and they always have like punny names.
Yes.
Yeah.
So cozy
Very
mysteries
clever.
don't have like the bloody murders or anything. It's always like a librarian trying to solve a local crime or something.
Yeah.
Read a book recommended by a MPL librarian. So that's where our Goodreads comes in.
Or you can ask us.
Or ask us. Please talk to us. Listen to an audiobook. So obviously use Hoopla or Libby, or check out an audiobook or a playaway. Read a book by a Wisconsin author. Read a book set in a small town, because we are a small town. Read a book set in college, because this building used to be part of the Melton College.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Read the first in a series that is at least 10 books long. So if you
That's
read
crazy.
that first book, maybe you'll be excited to read the others. Read a book with a cover that is mostly orange, blue, or green.
Because those are our colors of our logo.
Yep. Read a book with a title that starts with the letter M. Read a book about or with a library, a librarian, or books. And then just grab a random book off of the library's new book collection.
With your eyes closed.
Yeah, I mean, like kind of run up
yeah,
and down the aisle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's kind of our reading challenge. I thought it would be kind of fun to put one together. If you are part of this well-journaled reading group, you can use that as part of your reading challenge for your journal, or if you just want to do it for funsies.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely doable.
Yeah.
And remember that if we don't have books here that you're looking for, we can always get them from our partner libraries, or you can use the online services.
Use
digital
Hoopla or Libby. Yeah, they're great. I love.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have tons of resources at your fingertips.
We do. So, well, I hope you enjoyed that podcast and a look into what we read, and I hope you're excited about your own reading journey for next year. Definitely set some goals.
That can be your New Year's resolution.
Yeah. I'm going to try to read more than 57 books.
That's so good. I think I can definitely do more than 27.
Yeah.
That's kind of pathetic for a librarian.
No, it's not. You're busy being a librarian. And like you said, you read a lot of children's books.
Yeah, that's true.
Because getting ready for story time and all that fun stuff. So you've definitely read a whole bunch more than 27. So, yeah, we hope everybody has a great rest of your year. For what it was for 2020.
Yes, we made it.
And we
nearly
definitely look forward to 2021 and what that will bring for the library.
Yeah, and we hope that you guys will be a part of it.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.